Hi guys, it's Jessica here for a video. It's been 2 months and every weekend, I don't have weekends off, but I have weekdays off, and every time I'm like, okay, go ahead, let's make a video, and I usually end up working on something instead. If I have free time, then I want to sew or craft or work on something for my dolls. I want to get back into making videos. I think that they're really fun. I love the outlet to share my joy and the things that I'm working on, and because I know that this is an audience that appreciates that and cares about it. And that's pretty special because most of us don't have a lot of people in our real life usually that are excitedly waiting to see the next thing that we've sewn, right? So this video is this is going to be Twiglings, Artifex Kindred dolls. There has been a lot of incomings. Some dolls that I have been waiting for a very long time. Yeah, I will kind of go through each doll individually, kind of explain what happened with them and the story behind them. Maybe not so much character stuff, but just the journey of each doll. Twiggling dolls are never easy. They always seem to involve some amount of strife and difficulty to get them. And I am on the squeaky chair. I apologize for that. I might switch it out because it bothers me so much. But let's see. I want to be able to see her. So, and I set up my video here. This is how, when I first started making my videos, this was pretty much where I always set up. It's very different here now. This is my doll room, and this is the window, and then I have a desk here. This wasn't here when I first started making videos, I think in 2015. Yeah, I think October 2015 is my YouTube anniversary. I would set up the camera here and then have some dolls, and most of those dolls at that point were lily cats, and I still have my lily cats, of course. They're up there. Very special dolls. But I wanted to set up something kind of like that, to have a pretty doll right up front and center to look at, and then a view of the dollhouse behind me. And you can see them here. I've got the new girls, and then there's another girl back there that you can't see because she's dark resin and it's pretty dark back there. But just wanted to kind of highlight the work that I've done on the dollhouse. This is going to be a long video. Let me just put this out there right now. I'm kind of out of practice making these videos, and so I'm not very good at editing. I will probably have to split them up into part 1, part 2, just because of the uploading. But I wanted to start with this girl. Very, very special girl. Like, so many special dolls have come in the last 2.5 months, that I don't usually get overwhelmed when it comes to dolls, but I definitely had a feeling of being overwhelmed. And it wasn't bad, but I was just so super happy with these dolls. All I wanted to do was work on them, and I was obsessed with any amount of time to work on them, and still am. So I think I've been especially quiet the last 2 months just because I'm so busy working on them, but so happy. So this is in a lot of ways another dream doll. So a blue or teal resin Ingenue. If I could have a teal resin SD, the big girl Ingenue, that would be incredible. Unless I get one on the secondhand market, that probably won't happen. But this doll, I bought her It was about a year ago. I'm trying to think back when I think it was right about the time of my birthday. So my birthday is at the end of July. And so it was right about that time that I got her on the secondhand market. And the seller was in Europe. And then asked my friend MisMantis, who's in the Netherlands, if she would do some dye work on her. And I don't send her dolls from me to her because of the customs issues. There was one time where I sent her a doll and she got charged 60% customs on it, and I had insured it. So I learned my lesson there. But anyways, if I send her a doll to work on or whatever, it needs to come from within the European Union. So this girl, I believe the seller was in the UK, so it worked out perfect. She's a MinIgenue, so she's a mini ingenue girl, and she's the version 1. So this was the first run. The girls that are coming out right now, the last 6 months or so that people have been getting, those are the version 2s, and I don't have those yet, though I have 2 that I'm waiting for. But this was the girl that I've been looking for a blue one, and I got almost every other color there was, but I still didn't have a blue. And then this girl, she came up on the marketplace, and like, she was blue, but she was also like, if the blue girl that I wanted, because she had this Faceup by Winter Deer Green, I think that's her name, Winter Deer Green. Yeah. She is an artist. She's a Faceup artist. She's done a lot of the illustration work that is on Reese's Artifex Kindred Twigling dolls, the COAs for years now. I think the latest COAs that I got didn't have her art on them, but for years, different illustrations, and she did have them on the website for a long time too. I don't know if those illustrations are still there, but I just love those illustrations. And I really wanted a doll faced up with a Faceup by her. She was actually, you could order a Faceup when you ordered one of the dolls. You could order a Faceup from her. There was very few that got those for health reasons and personal reasons. She's not doing Faceup work anymore. But this MinIgenue passed hands a few times, and I never dreamed that I would ever get her. She's amazing. So she was this lovely blue color, and the window is pretty bright, but this is the original blue color. And then here's the dye work that MisMantis did. So originally, the plan was that she was going to do this dye work, and then she was going to do this, oh, it just got all washed out. There we go. This beautiful scroll work and line work that's on her face basically was going to be continued over her whole body. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to do that. She's had some health problems and some issues with her hands. I try not to give away, talk about people's personal stuff, so I'm trying to only talk about what people have put on there publicly. So, but yeah, unfortunately, the health issues in her hands, she wasn't able to paint her. But I mean, she's beautiful. Like, this doll, like, I was not disappointed or sad or anything like that. Like, just, this doll is amazing. She's beautiful. The gradient dye work that she did, it's just gorgeous. So the way we decided to do it was her extremities, so her hands. Did we do her neck? No. So her hands, and the gradient goes up, and then she has a gradient from her knees that go up, and we didn't do the feet up because of the issues with the hardware in the foot. So there's a screw embedded here that holds. Let me see if I can get her shoe off. That holds the string, and then there is the joint in the foot, has a hook embedded with a spring that's then attached to a bar here. And so when you dye these dolls, it involves putting them in boiling water, which tends to loosen hardware. And MisMantis had a set of strung hands that it ended up basically disintegrating. So we decided to avoid that potential problem and dye her this way. But she is so pretty. She is she's wearing a corset that I made for her upon her arrival, and I think this was the first corset where I would manage to get a hold of these colored eyelets. And I really like them. I was so excited. She's wearing a new pair of eyes from Enso eyes on Etsy. These were actually a gift pair that she made especially for this girl. So she told me I'd bought a bunch of eyes from her, and because she makes 8mm, 10mm. She makes these small sizes with small iris, and they're gorgeous. It's so hard to find small iris eyes in that size, much less as beautiful as these are. They're resin urethane eyes. So she was really in love with this girl and wanted to make her a special pair of eyes. So she sent along these gift pair, and I have some pictures. Maybe I don't have some on my Instagram. I need to. I think I posted them to my story. But they're gorgeous. They remind me of galaxy eyes is the way that that I think of them. They look like a nebula or something. They're very beautiful. She's wearing the necklace I made, and the stretchy lace panties. They're kind of like little shorts. I made those, and her wig is made by an artist. She's new. This was the first wig I've gotten from her, and I'm excited to get some more from her. And oh my gosh, I want to say it's like Kate Wigs by Kate. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself for forgetting. But it's an Angora wig, and it's just so gorgeous. She's wearing a pair of Sparrow's horns, Sparrow's shop. I've been such a fan of her work since I first got into the hobby, and every time I see something of hers on the secondhand market, I snap it up. So I've wanted a pair of these snail type horns. They're just gorgeous. I've commissioned her to make another pair for SD size girls. But anyways, I sueded her. She's completely sueded with this really beautiful blue suede that MisMantis sent me, and this blue string that she sent. I don't know if you can see that. So she's completely sueded, all of her joints. I think I didn't do. Nope, I did do that. So I did do all of her joints. It makes such a difference. These girls, the first generation MinIgenues, if you do not suede, it's critical that you suede their torso joint, their hip joint, if you want them to be able to sit stably and not fall over. And then if you want them to stand, you've got to suede these knee joints. But once you do that, they are amazing posers. They pose amazing. And I do have some pictures on my Instagram of some of her poses. And if I can manage it, I'll try to put some in here if I have time to do that amount of editing after this video. It's like 14 minutes already, and I'm only on the first girl. This wig, it is a temporary wig. I do really like it on her. I stole it from one of my other MinIgenue girls, so we'll see. Every time I get a new wig in, there's like this wig shuffle for, okay, maybe this one suits this girl a little better. I may commission a wig for a specific girl, and then it comes in and somebody else entirely steals it. And I never want the wig makers that I commission to feel bad. I've had a few that like, oh, did you not like it? I'm like, no, it didn't have anything to do with not liking it. I liked it. It just didn't, it just got stolen. Let's put it that way. One of the other dolls decided that they wanted it instead. So that happens a lot. So I do have 3 wigs that I'm waiting for a moderately vivid, and one of them is a wig that is, it is commissioned for her, and he came up with the concept for it. I showed him the doll, and he gave me some concepts that he wanted to do for her, which was just right on. It was so perfect. So I'm really excited to get that wig in, because the concept for it was just amazing. But it's okay if it doesn't work. I've got plenty of other dolls that can steal it. So, but I think it's going to be good. So, what else do I want to say? Anything else about her that I need to mention? She's so pretty. Okay. We're 16 minutes in. I may split these into several small videos. I don't know. It depends on how cooperative my internet is for uploading these. She's so pretty. I love her so much, you guys. And I'm going to say that about all of these dolls because I'm so excited about everybody. Everybody is just amazing. Let me pause this here, and I am going to grab another girl. Okay, so of course you guys have seen her. This is my incredible Obsidian Elf Ingenue. She's stunning. She's incredible. This doll, she's just amazing. I finished the corset that I was working on in the last video, and I think it looked really good on her, but I started working on this corset and using her as a model while I was sizing it, and she stole it. Of course she did. It's supposed to be for another girl that hopefully will be incoming in the next month or so. But she stole it, and I think it looks incredible on her. This is made from some fabrics that MisMantis gifted me these fabrics. I think they came in, I don't think they came in with this girl. They came in, I think it was my birthday present last year that she sent me. Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty sure that these came in, which it just feels like I just got these, but gosh, that is coming on a year. Time flies, you guys. I can't keep up with stuff. Like, I turn around once and a year's gone by. But this is, she's wearing the wig from Moderately Vivid. I have it kind of tied up in a kind of bun type thing. It just makes it a little more manageable because it is very long. It's so long and luxurious. I love it. It's so gorgeous, and I love these colors so much. I have another wig in these colors that my Mary Doll Round Pygmy Moose wears. But so I would just basically wanted to show this corset. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I made the girls a whole bunch of panties and bras. I was experimenting with some different ways of making them. Some of those are on my Instagram. I do need to make a post because I made a bunch of different kinds, and some of them I liked more than others, but now I have those. So when incoming girls come in, they at least have some underwear. And there might be some doll nudity in this in this video or any of my videos, so be forewarned that that may happen. I never remember to give that warning, but it's always a possibility. I know a lot of people think that there's people that are just like gonna freak out if they see a naked doll. I think it more has to do with like not safe for work type of thing. If you're in a situation where somebody walks by you and sees a naked doll there or something, that it might be weird, which I definitely understand, especially when a lot of ball jointed dolls can be really realistically blushed. So I understand. So yeah, but beautiful girl. Her face up is gorgeous. I did mess it up. She had this beautiful squirrel work and line work that Ophelia Dolls had done, and I messed it up. I'm afraid to respray it to try to kind of even stuff out, but she said I could send it back to her to have it redone, and that might take me a year to get to the point where I can let her go. This girl is like, I mean, she's the grail of grails. She's just amazing. So, I think what I might do is I might cut this part off here to be like part 1, and because that'll probably be about like a 20-minute easily uploaded bunch, and then so I'll say goodbye here maybe, and come back with part 2. Okay.